Now say you're in awesome Alpena and you're looking for a great place to go that has awesome food and really good craft cocktails. Well, while you're saying that, I'm going to show you where you should go. Come on.
Now, if you're looking for big city ambiance that's tucked away in charming downtown Alpena, you're in luck and about to eat really well, because Corey Canute, along with Kevin Peterson and his wife Brooke, took a historic old red brick building and turned it into a place where the hip go when they're hungry. Heck, they even let me in, and I hardly have hips. It's called Red Brick Tap and Barrel, and these three energized young people put their collective, creative, and culinary noggins together, worked their tails off for 3 years on renovation, came up with an inspired food and cocktail menu, and the rest, as they say, is relatively recent history. But before we eat and drink, methinks I should spend some time with the three musketeers who made it all happen.
Who's married? Raise your hands. To each other. Okay, we got that out of the way. Okay, those two are married, just so everybody knows. Now, if I look a little familiar to you guys, it's because I've been here twice already, and I don't live anywhere near here because the food's that good. But before we get to the food, before we get to the craft cocktails, before we get to the fact that you guys are third-degree whiskey ninjas, tell me the history of this building. This place is fascinating.
5 years ago, for me, I had picked out these two buildings as a pair of old historic properties in our downtown that needed a lot of rehabilitation, a lot of help, a lot of restoration. Yeah. So that was where my vision started. Yeah. I had never tackled a building project before, so I figured why not tackle the hardest thing first. And this had been a bar, as far as we could tell, for as long as it's been a building. So started the process of gutting it and getting it back to as original as we thought it could be.
You can feel the history in here, you can sort of feel the past, but you're not the food guy. So
I am not the food guy.
So you wanted to open a restaurant,
yes.
But you needed a food ninja.
That's right.
So then in comes Kevin.
That's right.
I'm the ninja.
All right, so you guys you're the food people, right?
Right. Yeah, so that's where we come in, is the food and the cocktails. So Corey and I had met 5 years ago, and I had a dream, he had his dream of restoring a building. I wanted to put a restaurant into a historic building, and we just collaborated, and it happened.
Well, how have you guys been accepted by the city, by the town?
It's been an overwhelming welcome. It sometimes brings us to tears how welcoming the community and supportive they have all been, even through our shutdown and everything.
Now, tell me about the craft cocktails.
Our main focus is the bourbon and the whiskey and the hard to acquire whiskeys. So we're trying to be as different and new as possible. So we go out and we research, and our research is fun.
Yes.
We find the beer and the liquor that nobody else has. So the vodka we use here, nobody else uses. The beer that's on draft here, a lot of places don't have, and it's hard to actually find and acquire. So we want to be as different as possible, and if it's not quality, we're not serving it.
Oh, and I was going to say, your food, you guys source local? What's your philosophy on food?
We try to. Our approach is a casual approach on upscale dining. So we use quality ingredients, and if it's not quality, we're not serving it. If we don't believe in it, we're not serving it.
Well, what I love about this, it's funky urban kind of feel in Alpena, which is in the middle of northern Michigan paradise. I mean, it's such a wonderful, high energy urban vibe. Is awesome.
I'm glad you mentioned that. And when we were talking about the building, one of the things that was really important in the building project was to bring a lot of that feel that you talk about. Yeah. I can say for myself, I get the opportunity to travel a lot. So a lot of the things that you'll see in here, from my perspective, came from ideas from places like Austin or Seattle or Chicago. You know, I grew up here, you guys grew up here. I had always believed that we can bring things like that to Alpena. There's no reason it can't be here. Right. So there's been a lot of good feedback from people saying the same thing. They'll come from out of town and say, wow, this is like when I was in Chicago or when I was here. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah. We can do that here. So
that's what I love about people like you guys, is you've been all over the world, all over the United States, but you decided to come back here and make your magic here. Well, I know it's a long table, but cheers. Oh,
cheers.
Oh my God. We did it.
Cheers. Cheers.
Well, we came, we sat, we ate, we drank, and we had the kind of evening I absolutely love, comfortable and calorie-filled. Honestly, the creative twists that they put on the food and the cocktails here will blow your culinary cranium. So no matter what color the bricks are here, be glad you came, because Red Brick Tap and Barrel is your kind of place. And trust me, I know you.